Hey, this is Ilan with Best of 5. We're a weekly FGC talk show, so if we keep popping up on your recommended feed and you want to stay connected to the FGC, click the subscribe button and stick with us while we bring you more FGC news. I think it's time. Shall we chat? Shall we chickadee chat? Chat? Shall we chickadee chat chat? Let's talk about the Street Fighter 6 beta, because we had it going this weekend and it was a hell of a time. Was it not? Am I wrong? The grand old song of my people. Street Fighter 6 beta happened this past weekend, and for those of you that were not around, we played the entire weekend. We were here for, what was it? It was like 13 hours from the first half of Friday to another like 4 hours afterwards. We did 9 hours and then another couple of hours afterwards for Saturday. And then on Sunday, I signed off a little later. I didn't get to play as much because we ran into a huge problem. For those of you that were hanging out and you remember, we ran into this issue where it seems like only people from the South were getting this issue, which is very disturbing. The game would just stop working after a specific amount of time. Everything would be great from morning to mid-afternoon, but after about 5 o'clock Central, every once in a while, the game, you would be playing the game, and then all of a sudden, the game would just stop. It's like somebody turned off the router. Somebody kicked the router. And after about like 2 seconds, it would then keep going again. It was very disturbing. It was very terrible. Apparently, only people from the South were having it. I got to play a little bit with James Chen while this was happening, and after the first match, we called it because we couldn't play. And James Chen had not run into this problem at all. It seemed like it was only on my end, which drove me crazy. And then I found out other people were dealing with it as well, which is sad. So hopefully that's something that will get fixed sooner rather than later. Other than that, there seemed to be something a little bizarre with the beta. It felt like it was either something changed with the optimization or something changed with how the game handles itself, because there was a little bit more lag this time around. It was a little bit difficult to deal with. Here's some of our stream. This is us playing Alex or Bailey. It was a little bizarre. It felt like the game was a little bit more sluggish. It felt like something was a little bit off. I don't know if that was the game itself. I don't know if the gameplay itself was slower, or if something completely unrelated was happening, but that was something I think I noticed. One of the big issues that was happening during the stream, or during the weekend, it could be more people playing. Shiggity Shank, that's a really good point. One of the big issues, though, and this is something that somebody had said on Twitter Friday morning, and I didn't believe them until a little bit afterwards, but you know how there was a bunch of people playing the cracked beta? Yeah, so a lot of people have about 3 months on everybody who didn't get to play the cracked beta, and that was a little bit annoying. I think on stream we had this issue where we signed on, we were starting to play some ranked, and we were having a grand old time. Then all of a sudden Alex Smith comes in with like one like jab confirmed combo, spending his entire meter and killing us in like 2 hits. It was a little bit disturbing, right? And that happened a couple of times during the weekend, which was, you know, a little bit annoying, right? Because it's like, you know, like, what can you do? Like, we don't know how the game plays. We don't know how to deal with all this, but these people have been grinding it out. So what can you do, right? Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. But it was the really funny thing is it was very obvious. It was very, very obvious who was playing the beta and who wasn't during the downtime. It was super funny. Die by Sword is right. What can you do? Get good. And we were getting pretty good, I think, at the end of the weekend. Maybe more burnt out than good. Yeah, Chris T winning like 4 tourneys. Yeah, and like that's, you know, them's the breaks, right? It's really funny because with Street Fighter 5, I played the cracked beta like nonstop, right? So I totally understand like wanting to, not like both wanting to play the game and also like, you know, grinding the game to get, you know, the competitive advantage, right? At the end of the day, that's how the cookie crumbles. Luckily, the matchmaking in Street Fighter 6 is really, really good. So we got placed with people on our level, and we got to play people that were like, we got to some really, really close matches over the weekend because of that. Because of that matchmaking, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, and like Blue saying, like it's there, right? It's not the most like positive thing in the world, but it's there. So if you're trying to compete, like that's how you do it. Yeah, so it was a little bit annoying, like running into somebody who's obviously been playing, but the fact that it was so obvious, I think, made it funny. So it was a little bit of an easier pill to swallow. Other than that, it was just the same beta, right? Like, the front end of it was exactly the same. We still had our character, the peak of evolution. He was saved during the beta downtime, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it. Like, it was there was some slight changes. Like, level 1s aren't invincible anymore. However, that's not 100% true. Maybe like it's the way the supers work. It was a little bit interesting trying to figure out like how to deal with those level 1 supers not being invincible anymore. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. It was very bizarre. There's still a lot to be learned from the game. I finally started getting used to seeing drive impacts towards the end of the weekend. I grinded it out a little bit in training mode. It was the training mode's amazing. I can't wait for that to be in our hands for an extended period of time. But yeah, you know, fun times all around, I think. Aside from the connection issue that we had, I think this beta went about as smooth as the last beta did. Except, actually, no, it went a little bit better because there were no server issues during the beginning of the beta. We got to get right in and play. And matchmaking was a little bit inconsistent, right? Like, there would be times where we would wait like 5-ish minutes for a match. There would be times where we would wait 30 seconds for a match. So, but yeah, we got to play Jabali again. We got to play Jibbo Automatic again. Like, getting to play with people, going around saying hi is one of my favorite things in Street Fighter 6, right? Like, just going to say hi to someone. Super fun. There's been some reports about matchmaking not working. Yeah, it happened every once in a while. It wasn't consistent. But if the matchmaking didn't work, then you could just sit at a cab, right? It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I really liked like the open world thing that they got going on. Chat, before we move on, anybody have anything else to say about the beta? Did you guys get to play it? Did you guys get to enjoy it? Incross loved it. The open world stuff. Yeah, dude, that lobby thing is so cool. It's so cool. Like, literally, my favorite part is just going around and saying hi to people. Yeah, man, I got washed by a lot of good Jamies, too. I got washed by a lot of good Jamies that may or may not have been playing for a couple months. But yeah, no, it was very cool. It was a lot of fun times were had. The new characters. Yeah, we're going to talk about the new characters. Die by Sword almost failed physics. We got an errors button. We do have, well, we have a button. Oh, speaking of which, is Animate Sam in here? I owe Animate Sam a button press, so whenever he gets here, we'll press the button for him. Because I didn't have it set up during the weekend. Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, you have a viewer rewards redemption called Press the Button, which is where I press this gigantic button that I bought. And then something happens. Who knows? Is that coming back next year? Maybe, maybe not. It is. This is my favorite part of the show, I'm not gonna lie, having this gigantic emergency button. You think Kimberly's gonna be the new Karen? Uh-oh. Shiggity Shank has redeemed Press the Button. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's what happens when we press the button.
Wow, look at the opposite of turned up. Look at Jimmy J. He's a statue right now. He's a regular Venus de Milo.
I'd buy that.
Look at him.
I'd buy
yeah.
that. I'd buy that photo.
They should have included that with the limited edition of the game.
Did you see
yeah,
the slight tilt?
Statue of Heihachi and Kazuya. Let me get a Jimmy J Tran. Let me get that. Limited edition. Throw in a couple of eggs. Make them different colors. I'm in. I'm in.
Eggs, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you don't know the lore?
No, man.
Oh,
you gotta inform me.
You got a lot of catching up to do, man.
Okay, all right.
They came out with a new Marvel. You're in for a doozy.
What?
You don't know about that?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You better hope you don't like X-Men. All right, here we go. Okay, into the wall. Flip over. Oh, right back into jail, Jung Ding. What are you guys making jokes about?
I don't know,
What are you
man.
guys laughing about over there at the commentary table? Read this shit.
Perfect.
You better believe it. Jung Ding.
That
Everyone
point.
at the edge of their seat.
Oh, get the back.
rear.
Right in the doggy door. Gonna carry to the wall. Knees, all of them. Oh, jeez, Half-Life already
Oh,
go.
the double jet upper.
Oh,
Okay.
get it.
Okay.
Did you see how he was cranking it? He was like,
I don't know if I can watch all of this. Oh, man.
All right,
Orbital heel.
so much disrespect.
Unbelievable.
Knees, give them to me.
The crowd. Listen to the crowd here. Get up.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody shut the fuck up out there.
Oh, my God.
Jung Ding.
I put that clip in there just to hear Eris shout, everybody shut the fuck up out there. Anyway, that's what happens when you press the button. It's a clip from old Base Monster videos. And that was Evo 2016, I think. Dude, Eris going ham on commentary. I think that was also the year that Eris yelled for MKX commentary. Yeah, that was Evo 2016. It was MKX commentary in the stadium, and somebody was playing Kodokan. And Eris said something like, "Co-op is for casuals. We don't praise the sun around here. Good work." And I died laughing. It was amazing. It was amazing. So big ups to Eris. All right. Like Eris said, everybody shut the fuck up out there. I'm kidding. That was our discussion on Street Fighter 6. I miss Eris commentary. I think we all do. Eris commentary is best commentary.